Yes, guys, and welcome back to another episode of the TG podcast. Of course, we are here back again every single Monday, and we're all buzzing, man. Arsenal absolutely smashing it. 5 wins since this new year started, and another absolutely superb performance, domination. Completely destroyed Burnley on the weekends, scoring goals for fun recently, and yes, we're joined by it. It's been ages, guys. And I was saying off backstage, I was like, man's hit 3K subscribers now. That's how long it's been. He's out on the road to 4K. We've got Tom with us. How you been, man? Welcome
I'm
back.
buzzing. I'm buzzing. Been a little while since I've been on here. Feels good to be back. But as you said, since then, I don't know what's happened. I've probably just been botted, I can't lie. But yeah, it's good. It's good. And
Yeah.
Arsenal, being Arsenal, I've got the Nketiah shirt on. So we're cooking. We're cooking.
There we go, man. We got yourself as always. We got Roy with us as well, bro. How you been, man? How was your trip to Dubai as well, man?
Yeah, it was good. Obviously, there's the odd comparisons, between me and Ben White. So, yeah, obviously I top it because I've been to Dubai longer. And I'm kidding, by the way. But yeah, Dubai was good, man. And yeah, I mean, I wish I could go every year. That's something. Hopefully, I can go with the Arsenal team this time
Yeah.
next year. So
Yeah.
can go on smoke again, innit? So
Yeah, facts, man. Look, guys, we're missing Seb yet again, but he's gone on his trip on his own. He's actually going to the game, people. He's going all the way to Portugal for our game against Porto, which we will be talking about in this podcast. But yeah, no Seb tonight. He's on and he's getting packed, and he said he wanted early night, so that's totally understandable. And he's going to Portugal, so big up to him every single time. But guys, let's get started, man. Because obviously, yeah, Arsenal are on absolute fire, man. Absolute fire. And talking to Dubai, Rory, ever since we actually went to Dubai and we came back from it, ever since Arteta got fed a bit of meat from by Salt Bay, we're a totally new team now than we were. I mean, look, if you would have told me, someone would have told me after the FA Cup game against Liverpool, against the Fulham defeat against West Ham, yeah, those 3 defeats in a row. If someone would have told me, all right, you're going to go, Arsenal will go and win 5 games in a row now and score 21 goals in those 5 games and beat teams like Liverpool, I would have called you a clown, and I would have chopped your hand off and everything for that. It's mad, seriously. Like we have actually been insane. We've completely transformed. But yeah, 5-0 against Burnley. I'll come to you, Tom, first, bro. What was your whole thoughts on the performance, man, and obviously that result, and also what have you made of Arsenal like the past 5 games as well, bro?
Oh, over the last 5 games, I think we've actually been very, very good. I mean, it says, he scored the most goals out of anyone in the top 5 European leagues over the last 5 games. I think this is the first time we've won the first 5 games of the new calendar year since 1935. So that's always a good thing to be matching records like that from a long time ago. West Ham, what a game that was, by the way. 6-0. Of course, it was Declan Rice, getting the 2 assists and the goal. What a goal it was as well, by the way. I think Bukayo Saka over the last 5 games, by the way, has been absolutely astonishing.
Yeah.
For me, I think he's been the best player in Europe over the last 5 games. This year, he's been the best player in Europe. You can't really name anyone who's in better form than him at the moment. And same as players like Odegaard, he's in top form at the moment. Kivior's having some good games at the moment. We've still got Gabriel and Saliba. They've been immense since the start of last season, basically. And someone else that's improved quite a lot over the last few months, I suppose, is David Raya as well. He's clearly made that position his own now, and it sucks because Ramsdale, he seems like a top player and a top lad as well, but based off performances, David Raya has been very good recently. And it's not even the fact that he's had to really do anything, distribution wise, if a goalkeeper's not there to be saving stuff, you kind of still want him involved and now in the modern day of football. And I think he's doing that really well. So big up to David Raya as well. And yeah, I think we've been very good recently.
No, I 100% agree with you, man. And yeah, I mean, some individual performances, as you mentioned, Raya has, been excellent recently as well. And yeah, you said, I mean, yeah, he's not had nothing to do, really. I mean, some of the games, I think most teams that we played recently, they've had only, I mean, Burnley had no shots on target against us. Palace had no shots on target against us. Liverpool had, I think, one shot on target against us. Who else did we play in between?
Forest.
Forest might have, but there's another team we played. I swear before. Who did you play before Burnley? West Ham, of course. Yeah, West Ham.
Yeah,
only
West
the shot
Ham.
on target. So yeah, I mean, what do you think? I mean, looking at this, Tom. Yeah, what do you think? Like, why do you think we've changed? Because I put it down to, I said about the set pieces and how we've obviously scored the most set pieces, not just in Premier League, but in European top 5 leagues. We're the highest team who scored the most amount of set pieces, and also playing Trossard down the middle as well. I think as well. But what do you put this down to, really? Like, after why have we somehow, after losing 3 games in a row, everyone, the whole fan base was divided. We was all just fuming about it. To suddenly now we're back in business. What do you put that down to, man?
I think Trossard playing down the middle has worked really, really well. Just getting him in the team for me has been great. He started against Palace over Martinelli,
Yeah,
and he got the goal. I think he was dropped for Forest, but he came on, looked lively, and then he got his starting spot back. And for me, I don't really want to see Jesus come straight back in because he needs to work for that spot now. Because Trossard has been on fire recently. He's been on fire recently. I can see why Nketiah, my boy, has been taken out of the team. But I'd still like him back in there. But Trossard, he's been very good. I think it is down to that, and also changes tactically as well from Arteta, because now that Zinchenko's out, Kivior's had to come in, so he's basically swapped the pitch around. Really, he's letting White invert, overlap still. Saka's being able to come inside. Odegaard can drop deeper. He can still play make, but as the number 8 sort of role, which seems to be suiting him very, very well. And yeah, you've got Kivior who can drop into the back 3, still get forward and make forward runs. But yeah, and then you've also got Havertz and Trossard as well, who are obviously making, Havertz has been making striker runs recently, and that means he is able to do what he did against Burnley, scoring more goals, making more runs like that. What a goal against Burnley, by the way, it was.
yeah.
The little nutmeg, cheeky throw in. But yeah, it was astonishing. But yeah, I think really recent form has been down to Arteta and his tactics, because he's changed them and we'd look like a different team now.
No, 100% agree, man. Yeah, for sure, definitely. Look, Rory, I want to come to you, bro. Obviously, what have you made of Arsenal the past 5 games, and obviously that Burnley performance in particular as well? Absolutely tore them apart, and sort of some individual performances as well, man. Like Sakiv, you're stepping up the recent games. Odegaard's been an absolute fire. Saka looks back to his to the Saka that we all know. But what have you made of it, man?
I don't know what we're chefing up at the moment, but whatever it is, it tastes good, all right. Oh my days.
Maybe we took some of the meat home.
Perhaps, but yeah. Oh God, it was brilliant. Saturday, wasn't it? Don't get me wrong, I was expecting us to beat Burnley, and I can't lie, I was expecting us to beat West Ham. But the way we've done it is just resounding. And, you know, West Ham, especially the game, I just was not expecting us to slash 6 goals in, because obviously West Ham beat us twice already this season, and I genuinely thought West Ham would keep it tight and not allow us to play, but they let us play all right. And Declan Rice scoring from outside the box is just the cherry on top. And then Burnley away, we've proved over the past few years that Burnley has just not been an easy place for Arsenal to go. And yeah, it was light work. I think an early goal, set the tone early on, because that encouraged Burnley to obviously come out the traps and not encourage them to continue with this low block. So a goal was needed early doors, and we got that. And then the second goal, I can't lie, I think Trossard sort of took an easy tumble there. I don't think there was a whole lot of contact, but the amount of penalties that we don't get given that are stonewallers, and the amount of penalties we've actually seen in the Premier League that have been stonewallers that haven't been given, we'll take it. And 2-0 before half time is exactly what we needed. And then the second half, Saka with another goal. I mean, obviously Arteta has definitely been training the players on how to shoot the ball properly. He kind of wants his players to hit it into the roof of the net, near post, so the goalkeeper has absolutely no chance in saving it. So, yeah, I think Saka did the same thing against Everton, didn't he? At home last season, where we beat them 4-0. So that was another one. I believe he did the same against Leeds away from home last season, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, and then who else scored? I'm losing count. Obviously Trossard scored, and then Havertz scored. Hopefully that will do him good for his confidence, because I believe I mentioned on your watch along that he didn't bag a goal since Brighton in December. So he needed that. And it was a good goal as well. Some notable mentions. I think Kivior was really impressive at left back. And that's what happens when you actually, you know, get the kids to actually defend, because he is a defender. And look, fair play to Mikel, all right, because we've said all along that Mikel should trust in his first 11. And you can tell he's tweaked it slightly. We had Kivior playing as the inverted left back, and it wasn't working. I mean, I saw him against Luton. He looked very shaky. And then I think it was the PSV game in the Champions League where he was really bad. So he couldn't play in that inverted role. And Arteta's clearly seen it, and we've addressed it properly. And we've decided to look to the opposite side. Ben White, he played CDM at Leeds, I'm pretty sure, or Newport. I can't remember at the top of my head. So he knew that he can invert Ben White, and it's worked wonders. And obviously that's going to allow Kivior to slot into a back two with Saliba and Gabriel. And as I said, it is working. I think Kai Havertz and Trossard exchanging constantly has definitely been working, because Kai Havertz, in terms of his runs, you know, in that centre forward position, is again causing a lot of, you know, trouble for defenders, because Trossard, we know Arteta has experimented a couple of times in that left centre mid role with Trossard, and obviously we're not a fan of it, but if him and Havertz are constantly exchanging week in, week out, that's if obviously Trossard is starting, then I think we will continue to cause problems, because obviously Havertz can play through the middle. He can slot into that left centre mid role. I won't say perfectly, because every game he hasn't had performances like this. I mean, even Havertz has stepped up so far this year. I think he's played okay. Obviously, I still, remain that he's not good enough, and I think, we all know that already. He's not really worth the 65 million that we would have hoped for, but he's doing okay. He's getting himself about, and he's working really hard for the team, and he seems to be working in Arteta's system because, as I said, he is making them late darting runs around the 18-yard box, and then Trossard is sitting a little deeper into that left centre mid role. And same with Odegaard as well. He's playing in a new role, which seems to be suiting him as well because he loves to dictate tempo, doesn't he? He's really good at that. And overall, he does work really, really hard for the team. So I think this system has just worked wonders so far. I hear a lot of stick towards Martinelli, which I don't understand. Yes, we've scored 11 goals in our last 2 games, and he hasn't scored 1. But look at the work rate that kid puts in. He gives 110%, and I think people are failing to realise that if he's not in the team, I think we are a different, a different team because of his pace and the way he can stretch high lines and that. And I think he's been vital this year, despite not contributing too much to the team goals wise. So look, it's going to be hard for Jesus and Zinchenko to get back into this team, and I'm a huge fan of Jesus and Zinchenko. But look, if Jesus and Zinchenko come back into the team like instantly, then it's pretty clear that Mikel does have his favourites. I think Jesus right now has to hold bench for a little bit and actually work his way back into this team, because obviously every time he has been out injured and he's come back, he's always found a spot into the starting 11. Whereas Trossard, whenever he has a bad game, he always has to, hold bench. So I think Jesus has to be an impact player until Trossard picks up an injury or something, because you can't drop him at the moment. Trossard obviously had a dip in form. I get that. But everybody did. Saka had a dip in form. Martinelli had a dip in form. And if we continue like this, then I don't think anyone's going to want to play us right now, because we're solid at the back, and we have been solid at the back all season. It's just the problems lie up top.
Yeah.
So look, I can't complain at all with Arsenal at the moment. I mean, I remember before we went into Dubai, I was like, Jesus Christ, I feel like I'm tearing my hair out wearing. Watching this team play, honest to God, it was horrible because the football was slow and it just wasn't enjoyable to watch compared to the football we played last season. But I've got to say, that excitement is starting to creep back in because we were playing good football and we're not relying on set pieces constantly. And that's another thing you can take into account as well. Set pieces have been a huge factor so far this year. I remember when we scored a lot of goals from set pieces when we had George Graham in charge, where before we went into the Dubai trip, we were trying to do flick-ons from the near post, and we're just not beating the first man constantly. Whereas you can start to realise that Declan Rice and Saka are starting to take our corners, and you got Saliba, Gabriel, Havertz, all of them, man, at the back post. And overall, the goalkeeper, it's sort of caused, himself to be in two minds, whether he comes for the ball, because obviously he's out of position if the ball ends up around the penalty spot, or he comes after, the ball once it reaches the back post. So I think the set pieces have been a huge, a huge thing so far this year, and it's really worked wonders again. I know we didn't score from a set piece against Burnley, but West Ham, I mean, Declan Rice, I never thought he had it in him taking set pieces. And yeah, I mean, obviously he's maintained his level from obviously the start of the season, where it was just consistent 7, 8, 9s. And look, fair play to the defence as well, because sometimes it's not easy to keep concentration for the full 90 minutes when you have nothing to do. I mean, David Raya is another one I'm going to give a special mention to, because I can't lie, after that Chelsea game, I did have my doubts over him. I thought, yeah, this is where I think you've got to make a change and make a bold change where Ramsdale's got to, show you why he should be starting as the number one. But so far this year, I can start to see why Raya's starting ahead of Ramsdale. He's very calm on the ball, and every time he does claim from crosses, none of this bouncing the ball down and slowing the attack down where we really need to attack. And he doesn't have any of that in his game. The moment he claims the ball, it's Saka and Martinelli making darting runs down the flanks, and we instantly attack. And also, he doesn't tend to lose his concentration too much, unlike Ramsdale. I mean, Ramsdale, don't get me wrong, I still maintain that Ramsdale's a better a better, what's the term I'm looking for?
Shot stopper?
Yeah, shot stopper. A better shot stopper than Raya. But there is that element in his game where Ramsdale does lose his concentration when there's no pressure. Like the Southampton game last season, inexcusable. You got the Fulham game early on in the season. He does tend to get himself involved too much, whereas Raya is very calm and composed whilst playing out from the back. So, look, everyone's on job right now, and I can't really complain too much.
No, 100%, bro. Yeah, 100% agree. Look, I'm gonna ask you guys this now. Obviously, for me, it was totally different mind when we was losing. Well, you got knocked out of the FA Cup when we lost. Obviously, we lost to West Ham and to Fulham. And how you guys feeling now? Looking at this title race, we're currently 2 points off of Liverpool. Oh, of course, Man City dropped points against Chelsea as well. I think they have a game in hand still against Brentford, don't they, tomorrow?
Mm-hmm.
But we've got more goal difference as well, and that was one of the main things as well. I think we lead now. Us scoring all them goals, we lead in goal difference, which could be a big factor, to be honest. But I'll come to you, Tom, first. What's your confidence levels like going into this title race for the end of the season, man? Can we do it?
I mean, it's going to be very close. Obviously, we've still got Liverpool, who are a few points ahead of us. I think the good thing about that is we've already played them twice. And then you've got Man City, who, as you said, they're only a point behind us or 2 points behind us. But they do have that game in hand, which is Brentford tomorrow night, which, I currently struggle to see Brentford getting anything out of that game, to be honest. I feel like it is just going to be a City win, meaning we're going to have to go down to third, which is, it's not great, but, it's still very close. Obviously, we've still got to go to the Etihad. If City win that, then probably quite some distance now. But, there's always room for slip-ups from Liverpool and Man City. Liverpool can't be brilliant every week. Showed against us, they can't be brilliant every week. So you never know. I think they've still got to go to Stamford Bridge. No, they don't. They don't go to Stamford Bridge. Well, they still got to play Man City, to be fair. So that could be
Tottenham.
That could be a title decider in itself, really. But if it's a draw, we can push on that. We can push on to that. in terms of who's got the easiest run in, I don't know. Probably whoever has to play Burnley or Sheffield United at the moment. But
Yeah, we've
yeah,
got Sheffield United still to come.
we've got Sheffield United, we've got Luton, we've got quite a few easy games. We've got Everton, quite a lot of easy games. But at the moment, if we beat every team 5-0 every weekend, then of course we're gonna win it. But
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, it's gonna be very, very close. But you know, of course, Arsenal fans are gonna have confidence about it. So yeah, it's gonna be quite a good title race, and I think it's gonna be the best that the Premier League's seen for quite a while. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Rory, I mean, as you said, I mean, the way we've been playing, teams are, I mean, it's like that last season, we was blitzing teams, and it reminds me of how we playing last season, where teams
Yeah.
are honestly afraid to playoffs or how well we was doing, really. And it's kind of like how well we started the season last season, was superb. And then we obviously dropped off towards the end and we ended up capitulating. And it's kind of been the opposite this season, really. We haven't been at our best at the start of the season, but now, second way through the season, we're blitzing teams like last season. So, could this be the year, Rory, for Arsenal? What are you saying?
Oh my days. Look, I'm still firmly on Manchester City winning the Premier League. I can't lie. I hate to say it, but I think goal difference will play a huge part, and these last couple of weeks have been massive. The amount of goals we have scored, I think we have a 36 plus goal difference. That is more than Chelsea's total points so far this season, by the way. So, yeah, I thought I would just throw that out there. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. It really is. I think Liverpool on paper have the easiest fixtures. If I'm being frankly honest, we've still got Tottenham to play away from home. We've got City to play away from home. Luckily, that's not towards the end of the season, around April, May time, or else, yeah, that's when the pressure will start to kick in. But yeah, Liverpool have a lot of home games in their run-in. They do have to play City at home. I think they still need to play Tottenham at home as well. So they have got a lot of teams to play still at home, and the big teams they have got are at Anfield, and they hardly lose there. So, look, I think with the injury counts that Liverpool have, I think that could play a huge part as well, because Jota's been on smoke for them recently. But then again, they've got Salah back. But again, injuries will play a huge part. And Arsenal have got players coming back from injury. We've got Partey not long. We've got Timber coming back. And Tomiyasu. What's happened to Tomiyasu, by the way?
Yeah, I have no idea. Like,
Yeah,
he went to Asian Cup,
everyone's pretty much come back from the Asian Cup of Nations and
apart from him.
started straight away.
I don't know what's going on with him, man.
Vieira could be back.
I mean,
he's in full first training now. Vieira.
Yeah,
But-
yeah, Fabio Vieira's
yeah.
back.
Whether
Vieira.
actually play a part or not.
Yeah, and we've got Jesus and Zinchenko to come back. Maybe this is a sign of Arteta, experimenting Zinchenko in midfield finally, because I think Kivior is undroppable at the moment. I can't lie. And I would love that. Something different in it, instead of the same starting lineup every single week. Although right now you can't really change much, can you? Because we're on form. Our front three, as I said, have been on fire. And that's all we needed, just a spark up top. And I think that 5-0 did us so good against Crystal Palace. I mean, maybe it is because Gabriel set the tone early on. Look, dudes, this is how to put the ball in the fucking net. And yeah, since then, we have been scoring goals left, right, and centre. Bukayo Saka, I hear a lot of disrespect towards his name. Oh, but he's having a poor season. Yet he's got 12 goals and 7 assists. He's nearly tallied more goals and assists than he did last season, and we're all calling him world class last season. Like, I know he has had some poor games so far this season, and he may not have been performing at the highest level than he did last season. But don't tell me that players like Cole Palmer and Kulusevski are any better than this guy. Oh my days.
No.
But obviously, the super fans will come out and say, oh, but Cole Palmer's playing a poor team. Yet Saka carried a really poor team not so long ago under Mikel Arteta, under the same manager as well. And that has pretty much encouraged Mikel Arteta to use the fundamentals he's been given to build his team around Saka.
Yeah.
Like, otherwise, that doesn't happen, and Arteta probably wouldn't be in the job today. We wouldn't have inherited the team we have got now if Arteta did not get given the fundamentals to build his team around Saka, because how good he has been over the last couple of years. I mean, people were obviously getting triggered that we were comparing him to Ronaldo. Like, we weren't comparing him to fucking Ronaldo, all right? We were comparing the first 210 games, I think it was, and how many goals and assists both of them have throughout their tenure in the Premier League, right? We're not saying, obviously, Saka's going to turn into, Ronaldo. We're not saying
come
that.
on. Sorry, but if that's how it works, and Ketty's already got more Premier League goals in his career than Lionel Messi ever has. So, just saying.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, can I just say this, right? I can name how many players that were non-existent at 22 years of age. Harry Kane was playing at Millwall at 22. Salah was on the bench at Chelsea at 22.
Yeah.
And it took him a move to Roma to, get his career back on track. Or else he's a nobody. No, you can't tell me the output Saka has done so far in his Arsenal career is better than bloody Kulusevski or Palmer. You can talk to me about Phil Foden. Why is this even a debate? I've always said, why is Saka and Phil Foden even a debate? Both of them play in separate positions, and Foden is magnificent. I'm not taking that away from Foden. He's a brilliant player, and I love watching him play. But these Saka and Foden debates are just bewildering. It's just how I don't understand why we have these Saka and Foden comparisons when if Saka played for Man City or as Foden played for Arsenal, oh my days, the amount of slander Foden would have received. Oh, but Foden's playing with world-class players. Yet Saka, throughout his Arsenal career, has played with players like Bellerin, Mustafi, Socrates, David Luiz, fucking Willian. The list is endless. Like, honest to God, Saka wins the same amount of trophies Foden has done if he was in that Manchester City team. And look, Saka has no competition, which I understand, and Foden's competing with world-class players. I get that. But Saka has been spammed in this team since Mikel Arteta has arrived through the door. Right, he has more appearances than Paul Merson, I believe, ever did at Arsenal, which is ridiculous, by the way. At the age of 22, he's still performing at that highest level, yet he's playing every single game, week in, week out. Like,
I mean, if he stays like this, he could reach like Salah numbers that he has for Liverpool. I mean, he could easily, he'll easily break Harry Kane's England goal scoring record. I've said that for ages. And for me, he'll go up there as one of the greatest Premier League players that we've seen, but people won't realise that because it is Saka at the end of the day and he plays for Arsenal. You know,
He is the
they're
most
just going to take it
disrespected
away
player
from
in the
him.
Premier League, in
Pardon?
my opinion.
Pardon?
I think Saka is the most disrespected player in the Premier League. Arsenal fans can see it because we watch him week in, week out.
Mm.
Yet
Yeah.
these Twitter loyalists always put together a 10-minute comp of Saka penalties, tap-ins, but they don't include the, good goals that he's actually scored. They only include the pens and the tap-ins and come on.
Well, he does score good goals. Like,
He does.
bucket loads as well. You could make a 10-minute compilation of good goals.
For real.
I know, right? These players I've just mentioned, by the way, Kulusevski, Palmer, and Foden. In fact, no, not Foden. Palmer and Kulusevski, they are closer to Foden.
Mm.
And that women jaw at Man United, Garnacho, right?
Mate,
Them
Garnacho and
three
Saka
are
don't
closer
deserve
to
be in the same
Foden.
sentence.
In fact, no, they're not even close to Foden. Palmer and Kulusevski are closer to Garnacho, in my opinion, than they are, with Saka and Salah.
Mm.
I mean, can someone, change my mind? I mean, I don't think so because I watch football with my eyes, all right? Open your eyes, dickhead. Like, come on. It's just, honest to God, it's about time people don't, base everything on comps and, what, Twitter fans always come up with. Like, base it on, what pundit, well, maybe some specific pundits that, aren't flipping jarring, like Gary Neville and Carragher, but, ex-players and that you should probably listen to. Not these Twitter mutants that, seek attention all the time, want followers and crap. Right, that's all I would do. Although, Rio Ferdinand, he definitely didn't say the other day that he would rather have Doku over Saka. That worked well.
Jesus. Jeez, man.
I mean, come on. Kulusevski, no. He doesn't deserve to be in the same sentence as Saka.
No.
And then you've got Cole Palmer, he's doing well, but he's never going to reach level.
No.
100%, man. No, absolutely no chance. Look, guys, I want to move on. Look, obviously, Mbappe leaving PSG at the end of the season. I mean, there's been a few clubs in for, talks. I mean, of course, the main one is Real Madrid, as we all know. But Arsenal, could we have? I want to ask you a question. Should we go in for someone like Mbappe? Because I think we should personally. I think we have the capabilities to actually go and get someone and attract someone like Mbappe. But I'll start with you, Tom, man. Mbappe to Arsenal. What do you think?
I think we should be doing it. He's arguably, people do call him the best player in the world. Which confuses me because they then go on to say that we shouldn't be signing him. Come on. If he's the best player in the world and we want to be the best team in the world, we've got to have the best players in the world. City of Haaland, Liverpool of Salah, Saka's getting there, as we've said. But, Mbappe.
Oh, by the way, sorry to cut you off, but I've just seen this that's popped up on Twitter. Saka also has more goal contributions in less games than Gareth Bale ever did in the Prem.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm.
There we go.
I mean,
as you were saying.
but, yeah. We've seen all these great players being linked to Arsenal, but we've never actually gone in for them. Like, Benzema all those years ago, players and deals like that, which, talks start off, but they never advance. But, yeah, it would be nice to see Mbappe. I wouldn't be complaining if we got Mbappe. People saying it'll be a free transfer. It won't be a free transfer. The signing bonus, agent fees, wages. It would just be insane. Be an insane amount of money spent on a player. But for me, it's worth it. For me, it's absolutely worth it. You know, he's a quality player. Play through the middle, can play out wide if needed. Say, you know, Trossard puts in good form like this. You know, he can always go out wide if he's in good form. You know, he's so versatile as well. I think has he broken the French record yet? All-time French goal scorer, probably.
No, that's Giroud, I think.
Well, he's nearly there, basically. You know, his Champions League record's insane. His Farmers League's record's insane. His World Cup record's insane. Time to make his Premier League record insane. And at the end of the day, if you're a young French player like Mbappe is, you would have idolized someone like Thierry Henry back in the day. So take his legacy. Go run with it while you can. Take the opportunity. You know, I think we should be signing him.
Agreed. But yeah, as you said as well, it's going to take a lot. Like wages and the whole signing fee and all that stuff. It's going to be a nightmare, to be honest. But look, I got a feeling, man. I got a feeling like if we did go and get Mbappe, it'd be unbelievable. But yeah, the Henry, man, get the whole Henry link up to, you know, as you said, he can follow in Henry's footsteps. So I don't see why we shouldn't go in for someone like. I'm being serious as well, people. I don't see why Arsenal Football Club, third biggest club in England, should not be going in for someone like Kylian Mbappe. Why not? You know. But yeah, Rory, what do you think, man? Mbappe to Arsenal.
You know what? It's actually spooky to think that Mikel Arteta, in his press conference against Burnley, didn't rule out any move for Kylian Mbappe. So, look, I still think he's going to go to Madrid. He's going to go to Madrid because obviously he idolises Ronaldo and all of that crap. But if you think twice about it, Thierry Henry again, like you've got an opportunity there to play in the Premier League when no other Premier League club is going to be interesting, and obviously, you know, once Messi and Ronaldo do retire, we've already got Haaland in the Premier League, who's supposedly the next Ronaldo. Mbappe's been obviously compared to the future Messi, so both of them in the Premier League will be iconic. So why not? You got the number 14 shirt waiting for you. Sorry,
No,
Tom.
you do not.
Yeah, surely Mbappe gets a number 14 now.
Nah, he either gets 12 and Timber gets 3.
12.
What? Henry wore 12. Henry wore 12.
Willian's number.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Henry's number.
Yeah, Henry wore the number 12 when he came back on loan, but his permanent number was number 14.
Well, yeah,
He
still
wore
wore
the number
12.
14 for most years.
I don't know, give him number 63 then. I don't know.
That's when Harry's number. Are you mad? I suppose we could give him the number 10. That's available. Oh no, Smith Rowe's there, isn't he?
Yeah, Smith Rowe's good at the moment, but
I don't know.
that tends to be iconic as well.
Available. Number 9.
Jesus has got number 9. I don't see him handing
17.
7.
He'll take 17.
Nah, it's got to be the number 14, right? It's got to be.
Nah.
Who's the number 7?
It just
Number
merges
7?
perfectly.
Did you just ask who the number 7 is?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Are you mad?
No, only wear number 7 for PSG. He wears number 7 for PSG, no? Why are they laughing, huh? Why are they laughing?
Who's going to tell him?
Yeah, come on. What's going on? Why are they laughing at for?
Who's the Arsenal number 7?
Well, mate. Mate,
This
Mbappe
guy
wears it for
calls himself
PSG.
True Gooner, by the way.
Mbappe wears it for PSG, bro. Give him number 7.
Oh my god.
Right.
Oh shit! Wait! I've just realised. Oh shit, man! You know what? That's me done. That's me done for my channel now. Wait, you know what?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Bro, I need to cut that out. I need to trim it out. No, don't clip. Man, do not clip it. Do not clip any what. Do
That
not
is
clip what I
clipped.
just
You've
said,
got to clip
people.
Oh my days.
What a mug. What a mug. As I was saying, guys, let's move on.
Oh my god.
Oh my
Rory.
god, boy.
Rory, you can't laugh. You got the Garnacho trim rocking. Stop laughing.
No. Like, man. It was a forfeit, all right.
Oh my days. Look, guys. All right, let's move on. All right. Actually, sticking on to a bit of
Oh,
transfer.
you are curtains. You got to say nothing.
Sticking on transfer news, right? I don't know if you
You
guys
got
saw
a
the tweet.
forfeit.
I don't know if you guys saw the tweet from Team News and Ticks, right, about Ivan Toney, saying like, you know, how transfer business has changed and all that, and it doesn't look like Arsenal will be signing Ivan Toney as our main striker. What's your guys' thoughts on that, man? I'll come to you, Tom. Oh, well,
Pardon?
actually, I know what he will say. He'll be like, we got Eddie Nketiah already. We don't need Toney.
Yeah, we don't need a striker. If we can get Mbappe, you know, I wouldn't mind Mbappe. You know, obviously 14's taken, so I'll have to wait. But honestly, if Mbappe was to come to Arsenal, he'd end up at Madrid anyway the year after. So, but yeah, in terms of transfers, if we don't get a striker, I don't see it being the end of the world. I can see Trossard doing enough, to be fair. When Trossard's injured, you know, we've still got players like Jesus, like Havertz, like Nketiah who can come in. You know, maybe striker's not the top priority, but if we were to get a striker, it would still be between Mbappe and Ivan Toney. I don't know why everyone's writing Ivan Toney off now, because you all wanted him when he was having his break, having his time off, and now you don't want him when he's proven himself again. What's he got? Like 4 goals in 5 games?
Yeah.
And you don't want him all of a sudden? What? No. I'd have Ivan Toney or Mbappe for me in terms of strikers.
Yeah. Rory, mate, what do you make of that news from Team News and Ticks? Basically saying that we ain't going in for Tony, apparently.
Well, I think it was more down to an opinion, really. To be quite honest with you. Look, if we don't get Ivan Toney, I wouldn't really shed a tear over it because I don't think Tony will obviously take us to the next level. I don't think he is a level raiser in my opinion. But saying that, he is a good striker, and I think the games I've watched him since he's come back, he looks a little bit slow and limbered. You know what I'm saying? But still, he can score goals, and I think that's who we still do need. But if we do miss out on Ivan Toney, I think there are better options. I think Tony's now like 28, 29, so he's getting on a bit. So I think with Ivan Toney, right, I think if we get him, brilliant. Obviously, he will help with the amount of goals we are scoring at the moment, and hopefully he'll increase more chances of scoring, you know, because we haven't had that striker where, you know, one chance he scores since Aubameyang pretty much, or Van Persie. You could almost argue. I can't speak today. But yeah, Mbappe, I mean, it's very unrealistic. Let's put it that way. It's very unrealistic. I can, as I said, see him going to Real Madrid because he's going to earn more money there, and he's playing at his dream hood club. Really, he's got Ronaldo pics, R9 pics scattered across his bedroom. Like he's going to be going to Real Madrid, but I don't think we should rule ourselves out signing Mbappe. If we could just test the waters, but he just wants to go to Madrid, then fair enough. But hopefully later on in his career, he will end up going to a club like Arsenal or Liverpool, perhaps, because obviously Darwin Núñez can be very inconsistent. So I think, look, with Ivan Toney, I think is someone that I won't mind, us not getting. But at the same time, if we get him, I'll be happy with it. I think there are better strikers out there. Lautaro Martinez at Inter Milan is having a stunner of a season. Gyökeres at Sporting has been balling out as well. I believe he was at Coventry last season, and all of a sudden he's one of the most dominant strikers in Europe. Obviously, Sesko at where's he playing now? Leipzig or Salzburg? I always get confused between them two clubs.
Yeah, because he used to play for Salzburg as well, and then he moved in.
Yeah, Leipzig just signed all of the Salzburg.
Yeah, they just signed all the Salzburg players. It's mad.
Yeah.
But he was excellent in the Champions League against Real Madrid, to be fair. He looked very, very good, Sesko.
Yeah, but at the same time, I don't think he's another level raiser. I don't think he will take us to the next level. If I'm being totally honest, right, I think if Ivan Toney is going to start up top against, I don't know, an Inter Milan or a Real Madrid, when Mbappe is already playing for them, and then you've got Lautaro Martinez against, Arsenal, I don't think that will really fear many opponents in the Champions League. Although Ivan Toney will score goals in the Premier League, in truth, I don't think he will necessarily, produce the same output as he does in, the Premier League. Sorry, not in the Premier League, in the Champions League. So I think swings and roundabouts, really. I don't think Toney will be the guy that, again, take us to the next level. But at the same time, if he comes in on a short term, I'll take it. Because, players like Martinez and who else? Am I actually forgetting anyone? I mean, I've already thrown in Gyökeres at Sporting.
Osimhen.
Who?
Victor Osimhen from Napoli.
Oh yeah, Osimhen. There's another one. Oh, Ollie Watkins.
Oh yeah,
there's another one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't lie. I would rather have Ollie Watkins right now because I think Ollie Watkins is more mobile than Ivan Toney. I can't lie. He's quick. He knows where the goal is. He has the most assists in the Premier League so far this season. And I just think he'll be a better upgrade. However, sticking to my point about, opponents in the Champions League, like if he's up top, I don't think there'll be much fear. So,
which striker for you would you get, which would be that sort of fear factor in the Champions League?
I'm tossing between Lautaro Martinez or thinking Victor Osimhen or who's the other one? Sesko. I think, it's got to be either Osimhen or Martinez, the striker, where I feel like, that's a striker that's going to win the UCL Golden Boot. He's going to do a Haaland and destroy every competition that's in front of him.
That's fair, bro. Yeah, I mean that's a very good shout as well. Lautaro Martinez from Inter, he's fucking smashing it there. He's scoring every single game pretty much for them. So yeah, he'd be.
People are basing like his whole career on that World Cup. Oh, he missed a load of
Oh
chances.
my
Again,
days.
that's international football.
Boring.
Since he's come back from that World Cup, he's been on job.
Yeah,
For real.
for real, bro. He's been insane. That's a very good shout as well, man. Yeah,
And into a top of the league as well. So
yeah, he's smashing it. He's absolutely smashing it.
however, when we need a player for now,
Mm,
because we like trophies needs to deliver now,
yeah,
I think Tony would be a better option because Tony's already done it in the Premier League, whereas Martinez, Osimhen haven't. For long term, I think Martinez and Osimhen will be better to take us forward. But Tony, I think right now, for 2 or 3 seasons, I think it'll be perfect. And I suppose you could play Tony in the Premier League games where he's most familiar, and then play Jesus in the Champions League because that's when he does tend to turn up. And I think we'll miss Jesus against Porto on Wednesday because he does love the Champions League and he scored in every single game he's played in the Champions League so far. So, look, I think Tony will be our best bet in the summer. If we don't get him, obviously, I've always rated Alexander Isak at Newcastle. I wouldn't mind him. I believe he's done it in the Champions League, hasn't he?
yeah.
So I think he's someone that could fear a lot of. Wait, I didn't say that properly. I think he could maybe, show some fear in the Champions League for a lot of opponents. Yeah,
I've seen quite a lot of fans want Dusan Vlahovic from Juventus.
No.
I don't see the hype around him.
He's
Like this
I
bloke
agree.
rejected us like 3 years ago.
I agree.
I just, I mean, he's been all right recently for Juventus. What's his stats saying?
Yeah,
don't
he's. I mean, ever since I slagged him off when I did the transfer video, he started scoring every single game. It seems like for them, but
He scored 13 goals.
yeah,
so far.
he seems to improve his swim a little bit. But
yeah, I just don't think his hold-up play and in terms of getting the ball out of his feet, I don't think he can really link up the wingers very well. And all in all, maybe he could be a shout, but again, he's another one that will have to adapt to the league, won't he? And if we're paying big money for him, then I don't think that'll be sustainable. But if Vlahovic does happen, then obviously I wouldn't complain because again, right now I still do trust Arteta with his decisions. If he signs someone, yeah, you can have criticism, but I'll still sit there and go, right, I trust him to get the best out of him. But if it doesn't, then you've got to say it how it is. So, look, if Vlahovic does come in, obviously, I'll back it and see how he does get on. However, there are strikers that I would prefer over him.
yeah, no, definitely, bro. Let me just say big up to everyone in the chat, guys. Big up Arsenal Clips. Big up Saliba.
Arsenal
Big up-
Clips, loving that profile picture.
Who's he got? Oh, he's got Nketiah.
Oh, for fuck's sake! I thought that was Saka at first.
Big up Saliba, Proddy, my brother from Belgium, Mel, Luke, Scott as well. Leicester fan, big up to you, bro. Appreciate you tuning in. Optics, big up, bro. My brother Tony in the chat as well. Tony Claw, go and give this man a sub out to real one. We've got Piers Morgan, fake account. Big up Football Ferreira in the chat as well. Long time no see, brother. Tony Kroos's clock replacement. I don't know what his brother's waffling about, but we moved.
Is that supposed to be a typo, by the way? PR Morgan.
Yeah, probably.
Is it supposed to be PR Snell Morgan? Or is that just a typo?
Oh my days. Anyway, Guys, we got a massive game, of course. Champions League returns on Wednesday. We got Porto away. The time's come, man. Last 16, and yeah, I did a whole preview on it today, and I spoke about Arsenal's horrendous record when it comes not just to Europe when it comes to last 16 in Champions League. We get knocked out every single last 16. It seems like. Now, when I would play Porto 3 times before, obviously, well, actually 6 times, but 3 seasons in a row we played them. Now, every single time we go away to them, with the 3 times we've gone away and played them, we've not won against them. It's either been a draw or they've beat us twice. So, yeah, you know, I mean, they're 2 times Champions League winners as well. I mean, they've got a very rich pedigree when it comes to this competition. They're missing their star player, Talemi. He's out. He's going to miss both legs due to a thigh injury. But they still got a guy called Evan Lilson who's had 19 goals this season for them. He's looking very good. They've got the veteran at the back. Pepe is about 40 years old as well now. They've got a good goalkeeper in Diego Costa as well in goal. You know, they're currently third in the Portuguese league, but you know we can't underestimate anyone in Champions League, man. This is the business end now, knockout stages. So I'll start with you, Tom, bro. Porto on Wednesday. How you feeling going into the game, man?
Confident, really. I mean, you know, Fabio Vieira's back in training. Screamer against his former club. You never know. But yeah, I think easy win, really. We should be winning this, but we all said this for Sporting, and look what happened. So yeah, I think it'll be a good test, but we should be winning this. Am I giving a score prediction?
Yeah, man. And give your lineup as well. I mean, would you go with the same team that we've been going with recently?
I'll just go with the same team, to be completely honest. Same team. I've seen people put Jorginho in, but who'd you take out? That's the problem. Because you can't take Trossard out, you can't take Havertz out. I mean, I suppose no, you can't take Martinelli out because he cooks in the Champions League. You can't take anyone out for Jorginho. That's the problem. That's a good thing. Selection headache. But same team, don't drop anyone, and hopefully 2-0 win.
Yeah, simple as that. 2-0. I'll tell that any day, man, going into that second leg, of course. There's no away goals as well anymore. I mean, how many times have we been done by away goals? I remember like Olympiacos, we got done on away goals. Bayern Munich, we got done on away goals. Monaco, when we ended up losing 3-1 at the Emirates beating Cena, we got done on away goals. So there's no more away goals left in the Champions League. They've completely scrapped that. So yeah, it just be simple, you know, first, second leg, and that'll be really good going in the second leg with a clean sheet. But yeah, Rory, bro, what are you saying for Wednesday's game against Porto? How are you feeling?
Yeah, obviously we've got a right to be confident, the form that we are in. And obviously before the knockout stages of the Champions League, we were very consistent in there. We were scoring goals left, right and centre. Despite at that stage of the Premier League season, we weren't really putting in top performances, but we were, you know, consistent in the Champions League, which sort of got ourselves out of jail. But look, I don't think it is going to be another 5 or 6-0. I think it will be a very tough game. Obviously, Porto are missing Mehdi Taremi, their best player, I would almost argue. I'm hearing that he's going to Inter Milan come the end of the season. So I don't think he's going to be playing on Wednesday. So that's going to be a huge boost. But we've still got to be careful. Obviously, last season, we got knocked out by Sporting in the Europa League. Yeah, none of that. This time round, or else, we're pretty much slapped back to reality. So I think we will get through. Don't get me wrong, but I just don't think it's going to be an easy game. Obviously, Porto have a lot of experience in the Champions League, whereas we've not qualified out of the knockout stages since was it 2006?
2010 when we actually beat Porto.
Oh, 2010. So close-ish. I think, look, I would rather us play Porto away from home first than playing at home. So we can obviously repair the damage that has been done in the first leg. So I think I guess that's a plus. Playing away from home, so we've got our home leg to sort of again repair any damage that's been done in the first leg, and I think we will get through. Just hope that we don't obviously draw any of the big boys so early on. And I think Porto, you can't really complain with a draw like Porto, can you? Like, if you would have drawn them in the Europa League, then you would be fine with it, really.
Yeah,
Like we were with Sporting last season, but obviously it took a turn for the worst. So I think starting 11, I mean, ideally you should really stick with the same lineup. Raya, Ben White at right back, Saliba, Gabriel, Kiwior, Declan Rice, Havertz, Odegaard, Saka, Martinelli, and Jesus Christ, Trossard. There we go. Left my mind for a second. So I think that's the lineup I would go for. You could argue Jesus could maybe get back into the side for this game alone because it is the Champions League. But then again, you can't drop Trossard at the moment. But that is if Jesus is fit. Obviously, if Jesus isn't fit, then you stick with Trossard, don't you? So
yeah.
I think Arsenal will win, don't get me wrong. I will go for... It's difficult, you know. I'll go 3-1 Arsenal, and we'll bury them in the second leg. But you never know, because obviously we're not fluent in Europe, are we? But this season we've been very consistent, and an easy group stage, and comfortable, hopefully comfortable team in the knockout stages that we should be winning. So yeah, I am confident that we can ride through this game, and I'm obviously going to write them off, but I think still we will get through. I'm very confident on both legs, even if we lose 2-1 in the first leg. I still have confidence that Arsenal will turn it around in the second leg because we are at home.
Yeah, I do agree with both of you guys. I do see us going through. I do see winning this game. I do see us winning this game as well. I went 2-1 in my preview. I feel like we will concede, but we'll get the win, and then we'll take it second leg, and I think we'll do them at the Emirates pretty comfortably as well. So yeah, I'll go with the same team as well. I don't think we will change anything there, and I think we'll get this win and keep this momentum going, really. So yeah, guys, that is that. Big up everyone who tuned in today as well. Thank you guys very much as always for your support. And Rory, bro, you got anything coming up on your channel?
Yeah, I'm planning on filming a skit tomorrow. I know I said on Saturday that I was going to film a skit, but I've had a splitting headache over the course of the weekend. So yeah, I'm planning on doing a skit tomorrow, maybe 2 actually. In fact, I've got 2 on my mind. I might do a poll actually and see what everyone else is saying. But yeah, I think a skit's expected tomorrow. Perhaps a match reaction tomorrow for the Porto game. And obviously we've got Newcastle at the weekend. So we'll be covering that. By the way, didn't you say you were going to be covering the Newcastle game at the weekend in this stream?
Did I say that?
yeah. You said at the end of your preview today.
Oh man, big up. We've got Geordie's Newcastle fan in the chat. Big up to you, Geordie, man. Look, mate, the best thing win for it's Saturday, isn't it, man?
Oh, is it Saturday?
It's Saturday. It's 8 p.m. kickoff, isn't it? At Emirates, Saturday.
Oh my god!
I meant to go to the game, but I couldn't get any tickets for it, man. I was gutted. So yeah,
Mate, Geordie, we're smashing you. We are smashing you.
Yeah, Geordie, mate. We're gonna get our we're gonna get our revenge after what happened at St James's Park, man, early on in the season. The whole VAR controversy. Yeah, just be ready, Geordie, man. Be ready.
Yeah, they have got injuries, to be fair.
They ain't got no Isaac, do they, for the game?
Yeah, Wilson, Anderson, Joe Linton, Willock, Target, Pope, and obviously Tonali suspended.
We should be beating them comfortably, man.
3-0.
Especially the Emirates.
What's happened to Tomiyasu's profile bit, by the way?
I know. Have you seen it on FotMob? He looks like a little boy.
That's mad.
He looks like a guy that's just come out of prison.
Tom, mate. Well, by the way, thanks for coming back on as well, bro. I really appreciate it. But wait, you got anything lined up on your channel?
Honestly, I have no idea. The ideas come as they come, really. If I get an idea and I think it's good enough, then it will happen. But if not, then no. Yeah, that's pretty much my channel at the moment. Just let it.
No more Willy Wonka edits.
They seem to be doing well though. Seems to be doing well.
Man's almost at 4K. He's gonna catch me soon, guys. He might overtake me soon. It's crazy. He's
He may catch me in terms of like views because my highest viewed video is 900k, 969k.
he's on almost 1 million, isn't it? Total views.
My god,
crazy! 1 million.
I have actually got 1 million total views on my channel now, which is quite cool.
That's crazy, bro.
how long did it take you to reach 1 million,
Me?
John? Yeah,
I'm only 100,000 behind him.
Probably, yeah, like over a year, I'd say. Over a year, man.
over a year.
Mm.
I think it took me like 2 years. In fact,
Yeah.
no, not 2 years. Two
That's
two
mad.
years ago, I actually reached 1 million.
Yeah, that's mad. Like one short or like one edit, you can get it can blow your channel up massively, bro.
Yeah, it didn't work for you, did it?
Nah, this is the thing. When I do shorts, they just doesn't want to
It
work.
doesn't
for me.
work. It works for some
To
people.
be fair,
Mm.
mine do all right.
Mm.
I think
Yours
my
actually-
recent skits, my recent skits get at least 6k.
I don't know what it is. I don't know.
They
what it
do
is,
well.
people. But yeah, big up everyone as always, guys. We'll be back obviously tomorrow. We'll be covering Inter Milan and Atletico tomorrow. That's a big game in Champions League, and then obviously Wednesday is Arsenal, so be watch along, match reaction, all that stuff. And yeah, pretty much every single day content, guys. So for everyone who tuned in as always, we're getting out of here, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Come on the Gunners every single time. We're out of here.